Yo, 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 welcome to FKU Africa podcast. This is your host, Maneza F8, down here in Worcester. We are here in South Africa, man. I know we are international. I see when I'm doing some analytics, I see that, yeah, we are more popular in more African countries and in USA and Germany. So yeah, I thanks to all those African people in those countries who keep on watching. And if you are not an African person who loves FKU Africa podcast, we thank you and we appreciate you as well. So yeah, man. So we've been grinding in these episodes. The last episodes is does good. It did do good. It's still doing good. The numbers are okay. So yeah. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast, please subscribe and hit that like button. Please share with your friends and make sure that we do get these numbers drawing so that we know what we are doing is meaningful. So yeah, as I said in the previous episode, that man. So it's not about those numbers. It's not about who's listening now. It's all about who is going to learn in the future, because what is happening now. We are really, really, really losing the sense of our Africanism or Pan Africanism. We are losing the sense of African cultures, and also we are losing the self worth as Africans. We are drifting away from being Africans. We are drifting away from our own beliefs and religion and traditions. So you know what I'm saying. This is it's gonna be lessons for the future, man. You know what I'm saying. It's gonna be lessons for the future, and in 20 years times or in 40 years time, when these kids are watching, wanted to know, wow, how is this done, how is it to being an African, how was this done, how was this supposed to be done. Yeah, that's how it's gonna be, man. Yeah, I'm being disturbed by my beautiful girlfriend. Hey. Yeah. So yeah, man. So it's all about that. It's not about now the numbers now. It's all about, even if one person is listening to me now, I'm good. Yeah, this is for the kids in the future. I'm doing this for the future. I'm teaching the kids from the future. I'm not teaching you because we are already ignorant enough now. You don't want to learn. Your life is like a speed chase. It's a car speed chase. Yeah, you are all over the place now, the kids of today. But the kids of tomorrow, I know that they will be willing to know how it is to being an African, because this is where we are going now. We are losing the sense of being Africans. So this is what I'm doing. I'm laying down the ground for the kids to come and learn how it is to being Africans. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is how it is, man. So without wasting any time, let's get back to the topic of today. So yeah, today we're talking about uh, the importance of African spirituality. So why is it important for us as African to practice African spirituality? There are a number of questions that can be asked about African spirituality, and there are a number of different answers that can be posed. So, what we're gonna be focusing on is, first, what it is that is African spirituality. I would describe African spirituality as, African spirituality is the self. Knowledge and the self realization of our forefathers and our grandfathers. You know what I'm saying? So those guys, they realize who they are. They realize what beliefs would then push them forward and keep them sane during those times. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying. So African spirituality is actually the self knowledge. You see, the self realization of who you are. African spirituality, it's who we are as Africans. There's no better explanation as this is who you are. You are an African, so you are connected to some spirituality that comes to you as part of your ancestors. That kind of a faith, that kind of a realization that you have these kind of ancestors that are always protecting you, are always following you wherever you're going. That's how it is being an African. That's why you will find now and then people will be slaughtering goats, people will be slaughtering cows and sacrificing to the ancestors to thank them for whatever they are doing, what they have done for them or whatever, and also ask for more prosperity through those sacrifices. Because this is African spirituality. Now, let's compare now African spirituality and the Western spirituality, which is now that is has dominated all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Let's now talk about Christianity, and also we talk about Muslims and all the Buddhism and all other kind of religions that they have come and imposed in the African spirituality. So those other religions, like let's take for instance Christianity. You know what I'm saying? So if we're taking Christianity, that's where you will know that those people, they are also glorifying their own ancestors. They are also praising to their own ancestors. You see, they are praying to Jesus. They are praying to God, which is unknown. No one knows how God looks like. No one knows how Jesus might have looked like. No one knows all these other people that are in the Bible, Paul and all these guys who how might they look like back then. But we are still, as people who are practicing Christianity, they are still praying to those people without any problems. But now, if you're coming to African spirituality, when you are praying to your ancestors that 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 are known by your forefathers, that are known by your grandfathers, now that becomes a problem. But this is the same thing. This is the same thing because many people believe that Christianity was taken away from Africa, was part and bits and part of books that were taken from Ethiopia by the white settlers and converted those learnings and those teachings from those books into Christianity. There are books like the Book of Enoch that is more similar and it's more older than what the Bible it is. You know what I'm saying? So this is the same kind of situation we are in when it comes to spirituality. If you are a black person and you are without your own spirituality now, which means you're losing your sense of sanity. You're losing your sanity. You are losing your sense of self. This is what you are losing. You are losing yourself. If you are losing your own spirituality, you will not know what is going on to you until you find yourself, until you find your own spirituality. There are many things that might have happened to you without even realizing that these things are caused by me abandoning my own beliefs and my own spirituality. Your ancestors might have protected you for over 20 to 30 years, but after some time they see that you are not doing anything for them. You are not you are ignoring them. You are ignoring their protection. You are running away from the things that you're supposed to be doing for them. You are running away from the things that you are supposed to be doing for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Things that you're supposed to be doing yourself to protect yourself from other things that are happening around you that you might not even notice. You see, they will end up abandoning you, and suddenly things will start happening that you can't even understand why are these things happening. Things will start be happening quick and rapidly, and you will not even understand why are these things happening. You know what I'm saying? So we need to really get to know what it is being an African is. There are a number of things that are being done in an African way. This is what they call it voodoo in the movies. This is why they call it voodoo in America. This is what they say that the people of Haiti were practicing while they were defeating the army of Germany in 1804. They say they defeated them because they were using demons and voodoos. No, they were praying to their own ancestors. They are calling their spirituality, and they were being given visions on how to protect themselves, on how to defeat those people. You see, those France armies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there are things that you need to do as an Africans to protect yourself. First of all, if you are a Xhosa, the first thing that you need to do is to be known by your ancestors. Is the introduction as a kid. We call that ukuqatywa. We call that imbeleko. This is some kind of a ceremony that is done by slaughtering a sheep in other parts, a goat in other parts, even a cow. You know what I'm saying? So by given that, in the olden days they would go and hunt for springboks and these old big goat-like animals. You know what I'm saying? They used to go and hunt those, and when they got one, they will use the skin of that as a blanket for the baby. This is what they call then ipai. But in our modern days now, we don't go and hunt for those because we farm and we have goats and sheep and all that. We use goat as a closer people to introduce a kid to the ancestors. And when you slaughter that goat, you're talking to your ancestors and introduce. They said we are slaughtering this goat because of this reason. We have this kid, and this kid needs to be a part of this family, and you need to accept this kid. And after that, we will take the skin of the goat and we will make it smooth and nicely, and we'll use that as the blanket for the kid. We call it ipai. This is why they call it imbeleko, ipai. So they use that as now that skin for the kid. But now, since we have evolved and we have cottons and we have blankets and all that, that skin have been replaced with a small little blanket that is also used and being identified as part of this kid's protection. The blanket must not lose the sight of the kid, must always be around the kid, even if you put the kid on top of the blanket or you put the blanket on top of the kid, but the blanket must be always around the kid. That's a protection. This is what has evolved to it. The blanket comes from, it's the symbol now of the skin. It used to be a skin of a wild animal. It was then the skin of a goat. From the skin we use the blanket, which is we call ipai, imbeleko. So this is the first part of being introduced. Now, if you are a boy, you go through phases, and you go to the initiation. This is a part now of entering a manhood. And then if you are a woman, you must get something that they call unondrokwe, because now you start misbehaving. When you start reaching a stage where a girl is going into periods and all that kind of stuff, they start to give her unondrokwe. Yeah, like to introduce her to the womanhood and to make sure that she understands now the part that she's taking and to protect herself always. If you're wearing that unondrokwe, you don't participate in any bad activities. So this is what was it about. So after some time, then it goes on and on. There are a lot of different kind of stuff that you need to do to protect yourself. You need to consult now and then with your traditional healer, which we call isangoma, to just to see of who's like how your body is and who's following you, who's trying to kill you, are you still okay? Is everything still okay in your body? Yeah, some of them they are liars. We must just tell the truth. Some of them they are really liars. They will lie to you and say your mother is trying to kill you, or they will say your grandmother is trying to kill you, or this and that, and you find out that's nonsense. You see, some of them they will come with a lot of stories, different kind of stories who are not really true. You know what I'm saying? So when one goes to consult with the traditional healer, needs to be really careful of what is she or he getting himself into. There are some recommended, still good traditional healers who are still true and still doing the things the old way, who still like know and see, who prophesize of what is going on around you. But for if you believe in those kind of things, you need to take them serious. Like you need to consult even if every after a year or every 6 months, go and consult and see if you are still okay. And you will go, and if you are not okay, they will give you something just to get rid of whatever you have might have got somewhere along the line. So if you don't understand and if you don't know these things that are real, they are real. It's really happening. You will find someone that is having something wrong with the leg. At first, you will think that the leg is a little bit has tracked a little bit. The next thing there will be a little bit of a spore. After that, it's a big something. It's now it's getting rotten and impetu are coming out of the leg and the leg can't function anymore. And when you go and consult, you find out that no, someone has done something to your leg. You have put something that you must step on it, and when you step on it, and then something happened to you, and then they can heal it. They can heal it. They will put you in through some kind of a healing. They will use some herbs and all that, and then it's gonna be healed. And some they will go to bed traditional healers for dark magic or dark medicine to make you like say get an accident or to control the lightning to come and strike you. We've seen these things happening. So these are the things that are being done by spirituality, people who are practicing spirituality. Yeah, some they're using these kind of things to protect themselves. Some they're using them for really bad stuff, like any other things that are used by mankind. Like every religion has good and bad side. Like if there are people who are using Christianity as well to go around having sex with kids, to go around collecting money for no reason, to go around scamming people. You know what I'm saying? So there are different things even in our own path of traditional and spirituality. There are people who are exploiting those kind of things to do bad things, and some they are exploiting those things to do good things in the community. So this is who we are. This is our own identities as Africans, and I feel like now in these times that we are losing that kind of spirituality. We are losing that kind of that side of us as Africans through following other people's traditions, because Christianity is a tradition of a white man. This is his traditions, and we abide by those rules. We even adopt how they get married. We even adopt how they celebrate small things like a birth of a child. We even adopt how they celebrate like a Christmas day. We even adopt all those kind of things on how a celebration must be done. We are adopting from the white people. This is we are because now they believe that it's cool. We believe that it's cool. We believe that Africanity and Africanism is not cool anymore. You see, so we must now try to make African cool. You see, I'm saying this even wearing uh, the clothes that are made by by white people. You see, and it's not like we are not going to evolve as people. There are many ideas that there are many things that are around technological things that are around that were made by black people when they came when white people came to Africa. They found Africa flourishing with schools, books, and universities, people they can write. And then they took that all to their own establishment. You can now go to Italy, to this Rome. I don't know the name of the place, Vatican. Yeah, you will find that they say these kilometers of land of a museum that is full of African uh, 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 it's significant stuff that belongs to Africans, the books and all things that containing our own religions from north to south, that contains the names of the former kings and all the kind of stuff. They read all that stuff and now develop their own type of education, which now we call it a Western education. But now it have all begun here in Africa. So yeah, man, without wasting any of your time, I thank you if you came in and watched up until this time. Please subscribe if you have not. Please share the link to your Facebook, to your Instagram, to your WhatsApp groups. Make sure that this you are spreading this podcast, man, all over. Leave the comment and tell me what you know about African spirituality. Tell me what you want me to talk about next. So yeah, man, fikiria kwa undani nduku, chamaku. You know what we say was, if you're not feeling well, you feel like the world is coming over your shoulder, you're feeling like you cannot do anything about it, just take those 3 deep breaths and say, I'm cool, I'm gonna conquer, I'm gonna be good, and you know you will be good. Just smile.